Socialism has swept up millennials, tightening its grip upon an entire generation. Precious few have managed to escape the clutches of Marxist ideology. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has won the war.
Last year, we took the power to the polls. And this year, we're taking power to the policy because we have taken back the House of Representatives.
All is now lost.
Wait, what? Hold that train. The millennial generation has not left the high-speed rail station headed to socialism. Sure, many find it appealing, but there aren't really as many as you think. I'm 28 years old. I entered college in September of 2008, the ceremonial beginning of the financial crisis. Now, the millennial generation has so many who were entering college, like myself at that point, who had just recently graduated from college or would be joining into the universities pretty soon. And so there was such a big question in our minds. What would our lives be like once we graduated? Or for those fresh graduates, they were wondering whether they would find that job opportunity to be able to prosper in life. They saw that the big banks got the bailouts, yet at the same time, the average young person was seeing their student loan debt skyrocketing because the cost of college was just going up, up, and up. They saw their parents, in many cases, losing their jobs or not seeing any increases in their wages or salaries, in part because of the recession that was beginning. This recession would last for many years, and it would put many millennials in the position of trying to figure out how their lives were going to be successful moving forward. With the student loan debt going through the roof, it meant that there were more obligations that you had to make sure to pay off while trying to build up your life. The financial crisis, of course, made many young people think that the government needed to fix the problems of capitalism, of the idea that the private sector failed and the only entity that could really step in was the government. And that's an easy sell, especially to a younger person, is to say somebody's hurting, so let's have government step in and take the action, isn't it? Government's got the resources. Why not allow those resources to be put to work? Millennials are the largest generation in poverty in America today. You look at climate change and the environment, a concern that has been drilled into so many since elementary school and middle school. These are issues that really can be solved with the free market and with less government intervention. But the easy solution here is to look towards the government to fix it. But a couple of years ago, in 2016, Pew Research conducted a study in which they surveyed a number of millennials around the country. You'll see that 27% consider themselves liberal, with another 27% leaning liberal or Democratic, with 16% leaning conservative and 12% having independent or no lean. You'll notice some trends too, that those that lean Democrat are pretty consistent among all the generations that were surveyed, while the growth in liberal is pretty clear among each new generation, and those that consider themselves conservative has been decreasing. But here's the thing. You look at that little block there, 16% leaning Republican or conservative. That number keeps growing. The most encouraging thing about this graph is that about 55% of millennials are what we could call persuadables. They're not solidified in their ideology, definitively conservative or definitively liberal. They're open to new ideas. That means that conservatives have a pathway here. The resurgence of socialism among some millennials is concerning, but it's understandable. When you've come of age in an era where prosperity is in doubt, and you've endlessly heard that capitalism is to blame and government can fix it, obeying the siren's call isn't that hard. But an honest look at the data reveals that all is not lost. Millennials are far more open to persuasion than many think. In my next video, I'll explore why we're actual natural conservatives.